Somebody's sitting in this chair. Okay, can you sit there and just climb out of the way? Somebody's going to knock over you. Yeah, just sit in the next chair.
My bad, Francis. The best I can do about it. They don't want to leave.
Okay, if you don't get around
I guess you said the first four.
no, it's not supposed to be. The boys are all kind of okay.
You good?
Can you?
A little bit. Man, there's no seat.
No, not here. No. Just keep moving it down, all right? I know, but not this week.
It's starting out.
It's going.
Shoot out. You're shooting the wrong way. I want, you know, all the. All right, listen up. Thank you. Y'all noisy tonight. What'd they give y'all for dinner?
Chicken.
Chicken?
Good stuff.
I think last time I had chicken, man. Anyways, I'd like to welcome everybody to our weekly Wednesday night meeting. Most of y'all been here, but I see we got some new faces here. Come on in, Chef. We waiting on you. And better yet, just stand in the back. You look good standing in the back. If I do got some chairs, if y'all want to grab it, you can put another row here. That's up to y'all. You got 3 seconds to decide. 2, 1. All right. Good. We're going to do things a little bit different tonight because I got a couple people here going to do some sharing for us. But before we do that, I want to introduce a couple people to you. Most of you know we have 5 jail programs in the Richmond area that we provide recovery support services to. And one of them is the Pamunkey Regional Jail. We started jail there a year ago, January. And one of our inmates there, he's been the oldest guy in the jail program. He was there from the beginning and just got out yesterday. So he was in that program for 18 months. And Eric, I want to introduce Eric to y'all. Stand up, Eric. What he was supposed to do, he got out of jail, he came straight to McShin. Now he lives with his mama in Lakeside, that's his mama. Hello. And both these mics working? No. That one ain't on them? So much for my thinking ahead. But Eric got a daughter, Riley, right? Yeah. Say hi. Come here, Riley. Tell us how happy you are today. Come on, you were talking earlier. Come on. Are you happy? You're not happy. But Riley was really excited to see you come out. I can see it. So don't ever let nothing separate you from her again. She's a pretty girl. I see she looks like her mama. Who I never met before, but she don't look like you. But I ain't going there. Y'all like the microphone better? Yeah. I figured you old people would like that. They've been complaining lately that I ain't speaking loud enough, like I'm soft spoken. But we got several people here. How many of y'all been arrested before? Raise your hand. Let's see this. There's a lot of people. How many of y'all overdosed before? Raise your hand. It's a lot of people. We got Taylor here. He's one of my favorites. He really is. Stand up, Taylor. But there's the sheriff. He made it. There's the sheriff back there. What's up? You look good. Sit down, sir. See, your mama's here. I'm still trying to get a signal from God who I'm going to have speak first, because we got two special, different speakers. But I'm going to go with one first. I think it's the right one. A few weeks back, a young man died of an overdose in our community. And I read the obituaries here, Billy Durr. And when I read that obituary, I started crying. I could not believe. I was looking at this beautiful young man picture, and I wrote what the family wrote. I said, that family absolutely gets it, and the world needs to see this. I put it on Facebook. I read it to my group, and it really epitomizes what we go through. And if everybody were to do that, or just 10% of the people were to write those obituaries alone, that could change the landscape of the stigma associated with this illness, which is killing as many people as the drugs themselves. But I become Facebook friends with Billy's mother, Janet, and I said, well, would you like to come speak to my group? And the reason is because we got guys that are overdosing that have lived. She don't get her son back. But maybe she could say something that can touch you guys and maybe try a little harder one more day. And you got families here that have lost people too. And some of you are going to lose people. I just think it's important we know who we are. Because I think together we're going to make a big difference. Like Sheriff Leonard, and he's going to talk after you. But I asked Jenny to share, she said, absolutely. And I think it'd be healing for all of us. So a warm welcome for Jenny.
My name is Jenny Durr. I appreciate you having me here, all of you. And like you, I'm here because of addiction. 5 weeks ago tonight, I read the following at a Nar-Non family group that I facilitate here in Richmond, and it's all about anticipatory grief. There are numerous obstacles that inhibit family recovery from addiction. One of the most critical is the cumulative effects of anticipatory grief. Anticipatory grief is a process through which grieving begins in an expectation of imminent loss. It is the rehearsal, the progressive letting go, that unfolds as the loved one's behavior might lead to death. Anticipatory grief is particularly evident when families have experienced numerous near-death experiences of a family member, such as dramatic overdoses. Anticipatory grief helps prepare family members for the final loss event, and may be experienced so intensely and completely that some family members feel little emotion in response when the anticipated death occurs. While such lack of emotion can spark guilt in oneself and condemnation from others, it is the response to years of grieving for a loved one who is not dead. When I finished reading that to my group, I looked up and I said, this is me. And there are several that were at that meeting, and I said, this is where I am. This is what I'm feeling. And I tell you this because as I drove home that night, I called my husband, who's here, and I had an overwhelming sense of dread because I knew. and I knew that our son had died of an overdose. I hadn't heard from him in 24 hours, which was really unusual. Our son Billy was so much more than an addict. He was funny, he felt deeply, he was genuine, he loved good food, he loved all things sports, and he loved music. Kendrick Lamar and Drake were his favorites. He loved his family and friends so much, and in the days and weeks since his death, we've had so many people reach out to us. People themselves in recovery who Billy helped. It seems ironic now that he wasn't able to find the light of sobriety himself. Many of you are here in recovery. Please, please keep working your program. Don't isolate yourselves. Go to meetings, reach out. I can promise you that the people are here who love you will help in any way they can to continue to support your efforts of recovery. You're not alone. To the families that are here, because you have a loved one battling this disease, it is the hardest thing to love these people, but we do. Continue to educate yourselves. Talk about it. Do your friends know why you're here? Would you remain silent if your child had cancer? This is a disease. We have to change the way we treat substance abuse disorder. And the only way to affect change is to raise awareness. And the only way we can do that is to continue to talk about it. Honest and open communication about this awful disease is going to help make it go away. Shortly after Billy died, I had the opportunity to introduce Chris Herron, who was a former basketball player for the Boston Celtics, who came to Godwin High School and spoke about his addiction and recovery. The day after that, there was an article in the paper, which I did not know was going to be in there, and I wasn't expecting it, so I woke up to text, Facebook was blowing up, everyone was tagging me, and I was not having a good day. I was like, fuck. I do not want to be this poster child. I just want my son back. It was a really hard day. So I went out and got the mail in, and there were 3 letters from 3 women that are currently incarcerated in Chesterfield as a result of addiction. They didn't know me, they didn't know our family, but they had read Billy's obituary. They told me how moved they were, and they shared it amongst a group of 60 women. But what really got me was when they said, please keep using your voice. People need to understand this disease. And so that's what I'm going to continue to do. I put my big girl panties on that day and I said, I'm going to honor Billy because I loved him. He was my son, he was my heart, and now he is my strength as I continue to face this one day at a time. Thank you.
You got friends that came. If y'all come with Jenny, please stand up. Let us see you come up. Some serious support. Thank you. I hope you can know I heard, we called the herd. And, sorry it's under these circumstances, but that lady that wrote you a letter is absolutely right. Your voice is needed, so we value it. You need to know that. So you're always welcome here, and we hope to see you back here. Sheriff Leonard's here, and a few weeks back, Sheriff Leonard called McShin and said, hey, look, I'm Sheriff Leonard, and I usually don't get a call from the sheriff unless we're looking for you, but he said, I want to talk to you about a program. I'm thinking, he's full of like all the rest of these politicians and bureaucrats. He said, no, really. I said, well, if you're serious, come over. He came right over. So we sat down, me and David spoke to the sheriff on a Monday. An hour later, we're walking through the cell block where the inmates are. That's where Jordan was having a bad dream. Taylor. Taylor's in his dream and thinking, is that Brooke and Cheryl getting across from here? And it sure was. And the sheriff said, we started on Wednesday delivering recovery support services in the jail. And all the years that McShin's been doing this, he's the first year. He come out, he don't like me to talk about it, but I brag about it. I took a picture of it. He gave us a $3,000 check from the canteen fund. No jail has ever given us a nickel up until that point. And we spent $200,000 a year. facilitating, carrying the message to jail and doing reentry work. A few weeks later, I got a check from Coonson Creek for $25, so hopefully you started something. But in all my dealings, I've never seen a sheriff not only make it so easy for us to get in here and facilitate these programs, but when they get out, they can walk right back in the next day to their group. No, that's unheard of. You know, for monkeys, we got to be out 3 years before we go back in there. And on top of that, our facilitator is Brian. You're in here, right? Brian is Mateo?
No.
We're Mateo.
That is mom.
Yeah. But if the guy looks suspicious, we drug test them in the lobby to jail. If they dirty, they ain't coming back there. So we policing our own too. But I wanted y'all to meet the sheriff, and I wanted him to come down and say a few words. So let's give a warm welcome for Sheriff. Man means business.
All right. I have nothing prepared to say because I didn't know I was talking tonight. So, listen, this is really tough because Chesterfield County is leading the way in overdoses and deaths, and we're not proud of that. And you know, I run a jail. I run the best detox center there is in the world. I guarantee you, I'm going to detox you when you're in there. The problem is, I've been releasing sober addicts, and what happens next? Come right back in. If you're lucky, you come back to jail. If you're not lucky, you end up dying. And Chesterfield County had the 15th overdose death in February. February this year, 15 overdoses that died. I'm like, this is insane, people. This is insane. What we're doing isn't working. And we've been doing it for hundreds of years. Arrest you, put you in a jail. Serve your time, you get released. You come back. Serve your time, you're released. You come back, you serve. Is that not insanity? Yeah. It's insane. And we've got to do something different. We realized that when we had that last death, I picked up the phone and I called him. I said, I need help. I can't do this by myself. He said, come on down here. I was down there in 20 minutes. Don't figure out the speed. Just go down there. And in an hour, he and his people were in my jail, meeting with my folks. We started off with 3, 4, 5. I'm over 40 right now in my program. Now, my program isn't every heroin addict in my jail. My program is only the heroin addicts who want to break the addiction. Because if you don't want to break the addiction, I'm there to house you as long as you need to be in jail and I'll release you. You got to want to break this addiction. I get 5 heroin addicts in a day at my jail. 5 a day. I cannot keep up with it. Nobody wants to break that addiction any more than they do. They're the ones that want to break it more than anything. You know, one of them told me something, and I learned so much from these guys. And I got to tell you, these are felons. They're addicts. They're heroin users. And when I say this, people in my circle always look at me funny, but they're nice guys. They're generally nice guys. And I learned so much from these guys. And one of them told me, he said, you know, my greatest frustration is my parents. They kept telling me, just quit, just stop, just quit using it. And he told me, he says, don't they know if I could just quit, I would? You can't. And I understand that when you're a heroin addict, it takes a lot of people, it takes a community, it takes a village working with you to break this addiction. I don't want to turn loose any more sober addicts. I want to turn loose people who have broke the addiction so we can break the cycle. And it is unique. You know, traditionally, all my deputies, what are they used to? Lock them up, throw away the key. When I bring these folks in, and they walk right in my jail, right into the back of my jail, my guys are looking like, well, this is new. And it is new. I go back there every day, and I talk to everyone in the program every single day, because they're valuable. And we need to let people know they're valuable. It's worth us investing in them. We've got to save lives. Being a heroin addict is not a crime, it's a disease. and we're trying to fight the disease. So it is kind of unique. You know, when they leave my program, the first thing I say is, come on back to jail. I'll let you go, I will, after the meeting, and they're doing it. We have them coming back every day, because I know once they're released, if they don't have some place to go, they're gonna go someplace else, and that's back to heroin. So I'm letting them come back in the middle of my jail every day to listen to the program, to hear that great peer-to-peer support we've got going, to fill their day so it's not filled with other activities. And now we're bringing in a social worker that's going to actually hook them up with that post-release help. We want to connect them with other programs, like your program. Tomorrow night, you think I got my deputies on edge? Tomorrow night, I'm bringing in over 50 family members into the back of my jail, because we're going to have a family counseling night with all our addicts and with all their families and friends, because that's important. My deputies are really stressing out. They've never had people in the back. But it's everything we're doing is different, and it has to be different, because what we've been doing hasn't been working. And the sooner we come to light that what we've done in the past isn't working, the better we're going to be. So we've got to do unique things like we're doing now, bringing you in there, bringing the families in there, bringing them back once they get released, give them the help they need to break the addiction. Because I don't want another mother or father standing up here telling another story about a lost one. Too many of those already, and I'm so sorry for your loss. But I hope you're the last one we have to listen to. I really do. So we're really excited about it. We think we're making a difference. But what I tell them is what? Who's going to make this program work, succeed? Who?
We are.
You are. It's not on me. It's up to them. Living clean lives, staying out of the system, knowing where to go to when you got that urge. And you are going to relapse. Relapse is a part of recovery, and we got to accept that, right? We're going to, and I don't mean to pick on them, but I pick on them all the time. So we're really happy to be able to do this. I have caught a lot of grief for doing this because traditional people aren't in favor of doing this. But the sooner they get to realize that you're human beings and all human being lives matter, and we treat the disease, not the crime, we're going to be a better community and society for that. So I'm really excited to see the future. Everyone in there has a great future. Half of them are probably going to come work for you because they're fantastic people. I'm so proud of them, and I want to see what they turn out to be in the future, and you're one in particular I'm going to be watching real close. But I appreciate you having me here tonight. Thank you.
Make sure they be I was thinking about it. All right, we're going to go through some business here in a minute, but before we do, I thought I'd just ask if anybody had a question for either Jenny or the sheriff. You got to speak really loud if you have a question.
What are you going to be doing for women?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. As many of you might not know, Chesterfield County does not house female inmates. We send them all to Riverside.
Yes, you do.
And I got to tell you, women are the worst at having it here. But I've got so many complaints because Riverside doesn't deliver any programs. So we're actually looking at creating a female HARP and send it inside our jail now. And we're hoping we do our program so well, it kind of forces Riverside's hand. How many inmates do you think Chesterfield County has on any given day? 300. 300.
Too many.
I got 350 in Chesterfield County Jail, and I have 900 in Riverside. 900 of the 1,200 Riverside are mine. And that is way too many. And a lot of those are females because we don't house females. So I'm hoping I can force Riverside's hand into doing a program, getting something constructive, instead of just housing these people, give them something that they can break their addictions, whether it's alcohol, heroin, or anything else. But we're looking at the female population. It's just as important.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, just as an FYI, think about it, we in 5 jails. We have the wherewithal. We can facilitate every jail in Virginia. If the jail were to, number one, want us and ask us, but just reimburse us for the costs. I mean, we're not a profitable business, but I think we're pretty valuable. I know we are. And we're very inexpensive. And we're stretched to the limit. But when you do need to go to your funders, just call on us and we'll bring a lot of support down there that support you in what you need. Because I think it's a shame that we don't give you what you need. Any other questions for either of our speakers? Let's give both of them another round. All right, you gotta step up to the mic when you speak.
Okay, here I am.
Yeah.
I'm Alden.
Hi,
I'm going to tell you about some of our upcoming events. We have our golf tournament this Friday. We don't really have time to sign up any more teams, but we have 25 teams. And
We can get more teams.
I just sent the final list. I cannot.
Don't take the money from
Okay.
me. Get two more teams if y'all want to play, man.
Okay. 2 more teams. But tomorrow night, there's a town hall meeting here. It's the Hatcher Youth Program is teaming up with McShin. It's going to be a really good program, different than the town halls that we've done before. Shannon Taylor will be there and Officer Brian from Henrico County. And then they're also doing breakout sessions with parents and kids so that the right information can be given, and so it's more open to ask questions. We also have our alumni picnic and Independence Day picnic July 4th. So if y'all are alumni and you want to speak at the event, you can contact me and we'll sign you up. Okay. There are some other ones on here too, but they're in the future. But I'm going to pass these out to families real quick.
Is Brad still coming?
Yes. And Congressman Bratt will be there Friday to address everyone. And he,
Y'all can come eat lunch if you don't want to play golf. We always have some lunch over too. So if you want, you come out, eat lunch, shoot back, cuss out Brad.
if you're going to come eat lunch, tell me so there will be lunch for you.
Good job. And just as an FYI, I will be here tomorrow night, but my nephew's graduating and being commissioned a naval officer at UVA Rocky tomorrow afternoon, so I can't get back for the town hall meeting. But what else we got? Are we sure? You were saying something earlier.
Hey, I'm Cricket.
You're up there.
Hey, Cricket. All right, so look, I'm bringing this message. Oh God, I can't hear it. Okay, can y'all hear me back there?
Now I can get it. Speak up.
But you know what I gotta say to them, y'all welcome to hear. If you live in one of our houses, your bed fee is due on Friday. Mikey is no longer authorized to receive money or water payment from you. So
That's credit card.
credit card. You got a credit card payment, you're certainly welcome to go to Mikey and Francis.
Right here. In the corner.
Francis will take credit card payments. But they can no longer take money or water payments or check payments from you. Please give them to your house leaders. Raise your hands if you're a house leader at one of our recovery houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you're never missing some house leaders.
Yeah, go see.
All right, well, you know who your house
Money order, right?
Yeah, they got the money orders, man. All right, just pay on Friday, y'all. Thank you.
We announced this last week, but we'll do it again. Cricket came through one of our jail programs, now he's running the foundation. So you got the license back after how long you was missing?
14 years.
He just got a license back last week after being 14 years. And getting ready to get his teeth back too after that. Oh, really? We'll get it. Anything else? Families, when we come, you gotta come up and use the mic. Come on up here. This is our very own Debbie Rosenbaum. We're using the mic from now on.
Thank you, Jenny, for coming. And thank you, Sheriff Leonard. As a matter of fact, we have some family members coming tomorrow night to help you all out with that program. So can my family members who are going to be there tomorrow night stand up so they can get a look? There we go.
Y'all pit bull with lipstick on, so look out.
Look out. They're lively. They're going to whip your parents into shape. I want to let you all who are new know about our 3 fabulous meetings that we've got going on here tonight. Downstairs on the first floor, we've got Siblings for Hope. That's for our siblings of people in the program or not in the program. In this room, we've got FA at 7, and upstairs, Moses, can you stand up? Moses is raising his hand. Moses has a group for families who are new to McShin. So thank you all. So hopefully you all will come. I talk about this every time I stand up. You probably get tired of hearing me say it, but our kids are in recovery. Those who are in recovery, those who are not in recovery, we need to recover, irregardless of what our kids do. So I highly encourage you coming to find a meeting that works for you. Jenny's from Naranon. There's Al-Anon. Right here we have Families Anonymous, which I think is we have a fabulous group. When I came here 4 years ago, my son came through the program. There were 6 people in our group, and now there's probably 35. It's a fabulous group. It's a place where you can come and learn about what to do and what not to do, and recover yourself. So I highly encourage that.
Thank you. Now, Kim, you got a group here from Florida. Would they like to just come up and say a few words about their organization? Come on down. Remember, every minute is a $50 contribution. So you can take it. These guys come up from Florida, they have an organization, and we want to hear about it. Thank you, John. How are you? They used to look like men back in the day.
Yeah. How you guys doing? I just got off a plane probably about 30, 40 minutes ago. Really wasn't sure what I was walking into, so I really didn't know what exactly this was, so I'm kind of caught off guard a little bit. But
Well, we all.
I'm that guy, that was in and out of jail repeatedly. Really didn't have anywhere to turn. Ended up in prison. Constantly in the hospital, overdosed multiple times. Sure, nothing different from any of you guys. Had a bad upbringing. I had to, I moved around quite a few different places. I was always looking for a geographical change to try and run away from my problems. And I'm from Baltimore, and in Baltimore, kind of everyone I grew up around and everyone I knew, they used and got high. So it was like I couldn't go anywhere without seeing someone I used to get high with or I used to use with. So it got to the point where, I just had to get away. So I ended up in Florida, and in Florida, I immediately started getting high once I was there. It took going through multiple programs, multiple places, multiple times in jail to finally get myself straightened out. And I ended up in a housing, it was actually like a Christian housing that was different than a lot of other places I had been. And they kind of just took me under my wing, and they loved me till I learned to love myself again. I thought, this is a pretty freaking amazing thing, man. So then I started some halfway houses on my own, and I noticed I got a lot of different guys in there, and they would go to these different programs, and they just failed. It was kind of like a thing where there was just really no love, no attention, no. For me, it was about a one-on-one human interaction with someone else being involved in my life, taking the time out of their day to kind of help me and point me in the right direction. That's what did it for me. So, make a long story short, we ended up starting a program as an outpatient program initially, and then we ended up doing a 28-day program. We got a lot of different houses. I think we have like 200 beds in halfway houses now, and we're really just about helping people. We're about the solution, about getting people help. It's not a non-profit organization, it is for profit, but we constantly scholarship people, and the profit that we make goes back into our ability to help more people. And that's what we do. So, I'm not here to tell you, hey, you need to run away to Florida, that it's not working out here. I don't want to be that guy. But what I do want to say is if you've been here and you've kind of gone through it a lot of times, and you know, maybe it is a good idea for a geographic change. And you know, we want to give some people the opportunity to come down there and to go to treatment that don't have the resources to do so. You know, we also like to give people that have resources as well, but we want to offer that to anyone that would need it.
Okay. Thank you for saying. All the guys in McShin, raise your hand. Okay, they want to hear from the lady.
Hi, my name is Courtney Sowers, and I am an outreach director here in Virginia to help with a facility in Florida. And I just started recently, but like most of you in the room, we've all had hardships and we all came together in a certain way. Evan and I are brother and sister. We're not blood brother and sister, but we've been through a lot together, and he and my family have been in business together for as long as I can remember. A certain hardship that just happened made me think differently about what I needed to do, and I know I needed to help people. And so I'm here in Virginia to help facilitate anyone that may need a change from Virginia and go somewhere else, and help people here as well. So, thank you.
Good.
How you doing? My name is Evan. I think what we do in Florida, a little bit different, is in Lake Worth community. I would say 30% of Lake Worth is in recovery. It's a little sleepy beach town. It's like Nick said, I think what we do different is we spend time. We take our kids, the houses that we have and the properties that we have, if they, as a household together, make meetings every day. We take them fishing, we got pontoon boats. It doesn't cost them anything. We take the kids kayaking. They're not kids, they're 30 years old, but they're kids to me. Because they help me just as much as I help them. And we've done a lot of things different, like we started like a pool hall for them, because we sit back and we just watch what they do. And we would have kids go to the sports bars, and before you know it, you lose 1 or 2 to drinking. So we decided to open up a pool hall. We have like 10 screen TVs. Anybody in recoveries can come in. It's free. Pool's free. Red Bulls are not free, but we'll make it up. And that's what we do different in our community. We just spend a lot of time with the kids. That's pretty much it. That's for our
And we'll scholarship anybody a one-way bus ticket to Florida if you want to go. So, a couple of you I personally paid. And if you got anybody in Florida, you can get out of Florida, you know, we're up here, you see what we're about now. So it can be a two-way street here. We appreciate you coming by. Alumni in the house, raise your hand. These are the folks that come back religiously to help the other guys and girls that need to talk to somebody. See one of the alumni, one of the parents, scared to ask a question, ask one of the alumni. I see one of our board members in the house, Jimmy Brooks. Thank you, Jimmy, for being faithful, always attending this meeting. And do we have anything else? Parents, any comments? You sure? I know some of y'all thinking. I want them to leave. Y'all want to go smoke? You want to keep on? Yes, ma'am. Well, the new folks, who's new to the organization? A lot of new girls. Stand up, all the new people. Please stand up. Okay, don't sit down. And what's your name, young lady?
Nicole.
Nicole Walker. What house are you in?
John Barton.
John Barton. You follow every rule they take to follow, okay? Don't break the rules now. Sheriff Leonard looking for rule breakers. Do your parents here?
Yes.
Where they at? Where you at, Mom and Dad? Well, welcome. I guess this is your first night, too? Well, be sure and hang out afterwards for either the FA meeting or Moses' group. Moses is a good dude. I know he don't look like much, but he's a smart man. So you may sit down with him. Who's the next girl? Tori, welcome. You in Dunbar as well? And you got family here?
That's me.
Okay, well, you invite them. This is a cool meeting for families.
Yeah, I didn't know it was tonight.
Well, we want them every Wednesday. And believe me, they'll like it a lot better than court, okay? It's cheaper too. Thank you. Next girl. Reba, welcome. You in Dunbarton? Your family here? Okay, well, if you have family invited, we'd like to have them here. Thank you. Now, you boys just seen them 3 girls? Stay away from them. I know some of y'all was thinking, no. Okay? You are Alex? Sir. And what house you in?
Chamberlain.
Say, I love the way you wore a tie down here, man. Good boy. Your family here?
No, sir. I go back into the jail program Monday through Friday. So just got out of the Chesterfield County program.
Oh, awesome. So you know the sheriff?
Yes, sir.
You give a hug. Where do you work at?
I don't work.
You just wear a tie to go to jail? You're the man! Now look, girl, when you think of a guy that wears a tie, okay? You buy your own cigarettes?
Not at the moment.
I gotta say, you never mess with a boy whose mom be buying a cigarette. So. Thank you for coming. Thank you for going back in the program too. We appreciate that. Any parents new? I see fingers going, where are you at? What am I missing? Yes, sir. You are, what's your name?
Dave, sorry.
And your child is here? Oh, that's your child. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We had a walk today. You thought I was an old fat white boy who couldn't walk. About halfway through, he was crying. And I'm just a great boy, you know. So he was big people can't walk. Yeah. He's going 10 miles an hour, all right. Thank you for coming.
I'm thrilled to be here. You folks are great.
We're glad to get you. We got fun with your boy. Who else is there? You
Chris.
Did you walk in?
Yep.
You was another one.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped at the Johnny house right in the park. I come out, they're all sprawled out on the stumps and smoking and man, get up on your feet, boy. Your parents here?
No, they're not here tonight.
You enjoy your walk?
Yeah. Felt good. Got my second win halfway through.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. It's not to be said for these walks we take. We usually don't like girls coming with us. We gotta clean it up a little bit. Anything else? Are you sure?
Yeah, you gotta tell them.
You're new? Well, why didn't y'all say something? What house you in?
It's sunny.
Oh, I see how it's gonna be now. What room you in? Upstairs to the right?
Upstairs to the left.
Oh, that's a good room. Stay out of the one on the right. Who's on the one on the right? Who else lives in that room?
I don't know, it should be here.
Who else is there? The other fellow? You live in Sunny?
He lives there.
What program you in?
I guess it is.
You're on the right. You didn't know your roommate was. We got colors like you do, man. Weird stuff goes on. All right. If I'm missing anything, are we shorted? Did anybody hear us tonight? Yeah. You like the microphone? Yeah. We got 2. One worked, one didn't. I made it clear to the people setting them up. I want 2 mics working, and this is how they say, screw you, John. You get what we give you, man. We're getting so big, it's hard to deny that. We all right? You sure? Maybe. Honestly, gotta be different toward me. But we work on that later. If there ain't nothing else, we'll see y'all here next Wednesday night. Thank you.
Right.
Boy,